Hello, 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 and welcome to I Told You So by Sarah Arnold. Nursey, Tom and Ella were going to the park. Nursey's eyesight was terrible and she bumped into everything. Where had she put her glasses? Inside the park there was a freezing wind, so Nursey buttoned up Ella's coat and wrapped a nice warm scarf around her neck. As she did so, a cold little robin in a nearby tree saw Tom in his pram, warm and snug. Quickly, it slipped under the covers. "Nursey!" Ella cried. "There's a robin in Tom's pram." "Don't be ridiculous, darling," said Nursey. "I don't see a robin." They pushed the pram up the hill and Nursey stopped to admire the view. As she did so, a cold little rabbit saw Tom in his pram, warm and snug. Quickly, it hopped under the covers. "Nursey!" Ella cried. "There's a rabbit in Tom's pram." "Don't be ridiculous, darling," said Nursey. "I can't see a rabbit." When they arrived at the cafe, Nursey went to get a cup of coffee. While she was talking to Mr. Dog, a cold little duck waddling by saw Tom in his pram, warm and snug. Quickly, it flew up and dived under the covers. "Nursey!" cried Ella. "Now there's a duck in Tom's pram." "Nonsense, Ella," replied Nursey. "I can't see a duck." Nursey drank her hot coffee and the steam rose up in front of her bad eyes. Just at that moment, a cold little billy goat tripping by saw Tom in his pram, warm and snug. Quickly, it jumped under the covers. "Nursey, Nursey, now there's a billy goat in Tom's pram." "Goodness me," said Nursey. "What an imagination you have, Ella. I think you must be sickening for something. We should go home right away." Nursey pushed the pram up the hill, but the pram was very heavy and she had to push very hard. "Goodness, Tom," exclaimed Nursey as she stopped to rub her sore back. "You're so heavy. What have you been eating?" At that moment, a cold little wolf, who was also very hungry, saw Tom in his pram, warm and snug, and very tasty looking. Quickly, it slipped under the covers. All at once, there was a noise of scuffling and chomping and licking of lips coming from the pram. Nursey cocked her head to one side and wondered what the strange noise could be. "Nursey!" cried Ella. "Tom's become a wolf." "Nonsense, darling," Nursey replied. "But I must say, he's a funny colour. I wish I could find my glasses and have a better look at him." "Here they are, Nursey," said Ella. She slipped the glasses onto Nursey's nose. Nursey pulled back the covers and saw that in place of Tom, there was a very, very fat little wolf. Nursey screamed at the top of her voice. She showed all her snaggly old teeth, which frightened the wolf so much that he let out an enormous hiccup and belch. Out of his mouth flew the robin, the rabbit, the duck, and the billy goat. But there was still no sign of little Tom. So Nursey grabbed the wolf, who still looked rather fat, and shook him by the ankles until Tom fell out. Nursey threw the wolf as far as she could before taking little Tom and Ella home. Then she had to lie down on the sofa with a bag of frozen peas on her head. And Ella said, "I told you so." The end.